everybody, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So if you've been enjoying all the content that I've been putting out, I recommend subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be notified every single time a new video comes out. So today I want to talk about how do you put the shot angle on the disc. So there's 4 primary throws in disc golf for the backhand. You know, you're going to have your hyzer, you got flat, you have a little bit of a force over, and then you have an anhyzer. So to throw all 4 of those shots is really easy. And if you're not dabbling to learn these shots, you need to start trying to throw them. And like I said, they're not very hard to throw. You just need to, you know, do a little bit of work and you'll dial it in really quick. The biggest thing is learning the appropriate disc to throw for each shot is really kind of the biggest thing. You know, a disc for, hyzering, and then maybe, the disc that you want for going straight, and then, a different disc that you want to force over so it comes back. So most of it relies on disc choice for each shot. But to throw the angled shots, it's this simple. So when you take your disc and you just stand here in front, I'm standing completely straight up and down, disc is out front on a 90-degree arm. So your arm is always throwing everything from a 90-degree arm. So this is how your arm always sets up. So if I'm standing here and I got my arm on a 90-degree for the throw, I decide what throw I want to do. So now watch. So I'm standing here, my disc is flat in front of me. I'm standing straight up and down. So I want to throw a slight hyzer. Now I don't move my arm down here to throw a hyzer. You see how I've taken my arm off of the 90. So here's the 90, hyzer. I'm not lowering my arm to throw the hyzer. What I'm doing is I'm changing my angle of my back, changes the disc angle. So it would look like this. So from the front, disc is flat, nice bent legs for athletic run-ups. Disc flat. If I want to throw a slight hyzer, lean forward. See how the disc is going down on the nose here? So I started here flat. Now if I lean forward, you can see how the disc is dropping in the front here just by me leaning my back forward. So here's a hyzer, and I did that from just leaning forward. Back to flat, slight force over, see it came up, and an anhyzer all the way up. So from the side, watch my back angle. Legs, for run up. So I'll do it this way. So here's my run up, legs are bent, arm starts at a 90. So I want to throw a hyzer. Lean forward. Depending on how much hyzer, you change your back angle. So now I would throw here like that. See, I'm still at a 90 on my arm, and the throw is now on a hyzer. Okay. Now I want to go to a flat shot. Flat shot. Watch my back. Bringing my disc back up to flat. Now I'm flat. Flat shot right here. Slight force over. Stand up a little stronger. Bring the nose up. You can see now I've moved backwards more straight up and down, and I've brought the front of the disc up. Now when I throw, the disc is going to turn to the right, and see my arm is still on the 90. I want to throw an anhyzer. I want the disc more up on edge. So I lean backwards more, arm still on a 90, And now I have more angle on the disc for throwing an anhyzer. So it's literally that simple. It's all in your back to what shot you want to throw. So when you're setting up, you'll stand here, and you think of the shot shape, and you adjust your back to the shot you want to throw. You don't move the disc. Like, I don't stay standing straight up to throw a hyzer down here like this. I don't run up, throw a hyzer here while standing straight up. And if I'm going to throw, an anhyzer, I'm not going to run up straight and then change the angle of my disc way out here to throw it. Everything's thrown off of a 90-degree arm. So let's do some throwing, and I'll show you how simple it is to put an angle on your disc. Okay, so we'll do some quick throwing, and I'm just going to adjust my back for each throw. I'm going to move forward some so my other camera can get the throw better. So we'll just go through each shot. First one is a hyzer. Set up, bent legs. Hold the disc in front. I want a hyzer, so lean forward a little bit, slight hyzer. So you can see the disc just stayed on that hyzer and went left the whole entire time. So now we'll throw a straight shot. Straight shot. Back straighter, arm flat out in front. Not backwards, flat. There you go, nice straight shot. Now I want to do a little bit of a force over, so I'm going to lean backwards just a little bit. Force over. Take my stance, flat, a little bit of a force over. Right here. So I'm leaning back just a little. So that was a real easy force over, and all I did was change my back angle. So throwing from here, bent legs, just lean backwards a little bit, brought the disc up. But when you're throwing, when I walk in to throw here, your back has to stay, where you put it. You can't run up and move your back as you throw. So you really got to make sure you hold your breath and lock it in. So then an anhyzer. Anhyzer, gonna lean backwards more, so now I got the disc up on edge more. Want it to turn to the right. So that's how easy it is to throw an angled shot. It's all in your back on how you want to set your arm for the throw. Like I said, lean over, hyzer, up a little bit, flat shot, back just a little bit, force over, back up more, and hyzer. But I would just start out slow, just do some nice, easy 200-foot throws. And like I said, it's all about the disc choice. You know, throw the appropriate disc for the appropriate shot. So anyways, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha.